Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am recording some of the trades, but I'm just gonna leave the platform up just so you can see. We're trading within the Roth right now. As you can see on the bottom left here, I have my automatic investments in my other account that I've made in my previous videos that are already gonna buy at the end of the day. Just $62 and $63 going into the growth fund and the S&P 500. That's no matter where the price is, it buys every single week. But I just want to show you some things that I use on my platform. So this is the Fidelity Active Trader Pro, which you can see on the top left. I have two charts up, one here for Tesla, the next one for Tesla. And over here on the right side, I just have the year to date. I haven't been able to trade that much this year so far because I've been working so much. So right now we're just at $56 on the year. We'll see if we can start turning that around a little bit. Over here in this column, I have the SPY, the Dow Jones, the QQQ, which is NASDAQ, and then NDX, which is like semiconductors. Next, I have news. So if a stock is moving or selling off, as you see, Tesla is selling off a little bit. I have news in here, and I can follow them. Now, for users, if you need to learn how to use this program, it's easy. You can just follow my playlist under Fidelity Active Trader Pro. But as you can see, I have this blue link up here that links each one together. So you'll see that if I change Tesla, and let's say I make it Google, you're going to see that they all change. So this chart changes, and then even the only thing that doesn't change is the news for some reason. It should because it's linked to blue, but for some reason it doesn't. But let's go back because I'm looking primarily at Tesla right now. And I want to show you just a few of the other things that I have on it. So as you can see, I have the 1 minute chart up here. This box over here is the RSI, and then this is the volume. And what I like about it is you can adjust it a little bit. So you can pull this down if you want and make this a little smaller. You can do the same thing with the RSI as well. So you can kind of make room of where you want it if you think that this is taking up too much space. So for me, I like to pull down the volume bar a little bit, and now I get more of the chart to trade with. So now let's make this a little bigger. We'll click on this to zoom in. I'm sorry, yeah, right up there. So you click that box. Now we can really look at the chart of Tesla. And we are able to see where it's actively trading. But looking at the 1 minute, you can click down here and change it from the 1 minute to 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 60 minute, go to daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. What I'm more focused on right now is we can see the RSI is a little down on the 1 minute, but we need to look at the levels first. So let's go down to the two days. And looking at the 2 days, what I like to do before I trade, especially in the morning, is I try to find spots where I can either swing trade for the day, or scalp for the day. So right now, we're definitely seeing some consolidation in this 210 area, and I'll highlight them. And I like to do this before I trade because if you're, going through different stocks and then you see that something is moving down or into a buy zone, you want to be able to, understand why you're buying it and what levels you're buying it at. So apply it here, make this a little smaller. So this is an area where we can see. And just keep in mind, I usually use Webull when I do this kind of charting, but for those that just have Fidelity Active Trader Pro, I just feel that it's a little slow. Like as you can see, look how laggy it is, look how it's moving. It's just not as smooth. Fidelity is great for trading, but it's not great for, making the chart setups. It's definitely a little weak in that aspect. So you can't have it all whenever you're trading, unfortunately. But as you can see, it looks like Tesla is holding up in this area at the 212 right now. And as you can see, this whole area of consolidation right here is turning into a level. Potentially. We'll see if it sells off, but that is a level right here that you can see that it is potentially holding. And what we'll do is we'll just make this, I like to make them blue. You can make them any color you want. All I'm doing is clicking on it. You just literally click on it, and then you can change the color or the line style. So that's all I'm doing, so you can see that. But now I'm going back to the 2 days. I like to see the day before or the week before. So you click down here on the 5-day. And you can really see, get a bigger picture. What am I really looking at here? If this is actually legit levels. And the reason I like that 212 range for now is just because right here at this 212, we have that consolidation here. And then we're going to draw it all the way to here, which there's more consolidation and there's more consolidation. So all I'm doing is just mapping up the lines. And it doesn't mean that they're going to last all day, but sometimes if you're a scalp trader, which is what I do a lot, you can definitely trade these levels for quick intraday scalps. So as you can see here, it bounced off here. It held this support here, 212. And then once it broke through, it rejected and then sold off. And now we're going to see where it goes, because now look, as you can see on the right side, Tesla is trading at this 212.28 range right now. So there's definitely room for this potentially to either break here or it's going to keep going. So now we know Tesla has earnings on Thursday, so be very careful with this stock. But just looking at the year to date, this stock has just sold off from 250 all the way down to 212. So we like being a long buyer. I'm definitely long biased right now, but I just want to be careful because if this stock continues to sell off, we're going to have some problems in terms of where's the next support level. And you always have to be prepared and kind of have those levels ready. So for me, when I look at this stock, if it is going to sell off, as you can see here, 210's trying to hold. But the ultimate low is really at like 195, 196. So that's definitely a potential of where we could be headed. Now I apologize if Fidelity is not the smoothest when it comes to charting. I mean, you can see I'm struggling to move this stuff over. I usually use Webull, but I just want to use the Fidelity platform because I think it has a lot of use. So here we go. I have on this one chart, I have the 1 minute, and now you have the levels marked at least. So now if I start to, if I zoom in on this area, you'll see it even more detailed. And now I can see, okay, it broke through this level. I made this level. What I'm really watching is going to that 2-day. And if it breaks 212 and cannot hold, we're looking for a retest in the 210 area, which you can see by the rectangles that I drew. Doesn't have to be perfect. At that moment, you're going to have to watch the price action. Nothing's definitive in trading, but I'm going to leave this bar here. So if I'm trading it at open, I can see where it's going to go, and then I'll start to try to either swing trade it or scalp it. But if it comes down to this level, comes down quick 2 points, I will definitely be watching the RSI on the 1 minute, the 2 minute. I like to scalp on the 1 or 2 minute, but these are quick trades. So we'll see where it goes. If it bounces back up, then the trade is just irrelevant. All right, so as you can see on my chart over here, we're using the 20 EMA, the 9 EMA in red, and then the orange EMA in 20 right there. So let me just zoom in so you can actually see what that is. So this pink line is your VWAP, this pink dotted line that I'm trying to highlight. I'm going to zoom in even more so you can see it. So Tesla's trading below volume weight adjusted price. That's usually a sign of weakness. Sometimes you get a retest of the VWAP. And this orange here is your EMA 20 versus your red 9 EMA. So if it's trading below that, you can see Tesla so far has been rejecting. So I personally think we're getting more downside with Tesla. Especially going into earnings, it just looks weak. That doesn't mean it's not going to do well in earnings, but it's definitely something that I'm looking at and trying to see where's the next opportunity. But we have our levels mapped out. We want to see it come down a little more below like 210.50 for potential long scalp entry. And then we'll take it from there. But let's take a step aside from Tesla right now. Actually, not yet. Look at the news. See the news here? 754. This is what's good about Fidelity. If you go up here to news and research, you can click on news, which I already have up. And I made my box over here. And you can see under the news tab, Morgan Stanley cuts the price target to $345 from $380. and then you can click on it if you really want to get more news on it. But for me, if I'm trading news and I see a stock dying, I just want to see what the article is even about, and that's enough for me. Then you have, it just keeps going more into it. It talks about some German chemicals, show strain of Red Sea supply crisis, and you can scroll down. You can do this for any stock, but I think it's good to have that available to you, so you can, like, you know, what you're trading, you have an idea of what it's actually doing. See here, look at this one: Tesla price cuts, delivery plan, CEO pain focus. So it gives you an idea of what's the momentum, and if the stock is moving, you can get a good idea and say, okay, it's going up because of this, or it's going down because of this. All right, next we have our core position, which if we do make a trade, you will see this pop up and it'll show Tesla. So I have it set up like for the Roth, making that trade in there. And if I do trade and I'm holding the position, you'll start to see the P&L on it. And then this is my box down here on the left side, which is going to show whether the stock is, like, what I'm buying and what I'm selling. So this is long-term investments. This goes into my other accounts that I have. That taxable account I always show you. Every Monday it buys $62 and $63 of this FSPGX and FNILX, basically just S&P 500 and a growth fund. That's a long-term account, but that'll be there. So if I make trades on this directed active trader pro, it's going to enter here where I'm buying and selling. So you'll see it there. So definitely something to be aware of. But next, let's look into some of the, there's a lot of things you can do with this, which is kind of cool. So go on today, we'll click on the draw, and you have a bunch of options that you can do, whether you're drag scrolling or erasing. You can clear everything, meaning clear all of the monitors if you don't want anything on it. You can make trend lines, resistance lines, support lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, basically whatever you need. I don't really know what these are, regression channels, stuff like that. You can draw that on there if you want, and you can even write text notes as well. For me, I like the RSI, and most of the time I focus on the level 2, which is over here on this directed active trader pro. And as you can see, it's 8:53 on a Monday, so the market is going to open soon, so that will definitely be good. And we'll see a lot more quicker action here. It's very slow on the level 2 because it's just pre-market right now. And I'm going to move over here just to look at the overall QQQ. But like, as you can see, once you start typing in symbols up here, they start to get saved. And then you can pin them, meaning you pin them so they stay. They stay up here. And if you look down here, recently viewed is what I viewed, but it doesn't stay because it's not pinned. It doesn't have that little pin clicked. So we'll get rid of these. And now let's focus on QQQ for a second. So looking at QQQ, QQ is at all-time highs. It's the highest it's ever been if you look at the max. So looking at the max here, I mean, this is incredible. I'm just going to scroll over here. Right here, if you're going to be shorting this, I mean, you're in trouble because we don't know where it's going to go now. It's all-time highs. It's above. It broke through that 400 level. Now it's at 421. RSI is down here at 66. So I think it still has room to grow. I mean, who knows? There's going to be some kind of event for it to have to come back down to reality. But with all the hype and everything, right now the market's just continuing to go up. And I have always been trying to short this thing, and I've somehow made it out alive so far. But SQQQ is the inverse of QQQ. And right now, you know, it's just trading at that level 12.2, but you look at year to date, it's awful. It's down from like 16. You look at it 1 year, it's down 75%. I mean, it's down from $50 down to 12. So that's a 80% loss pretty much right there. So it's very difficult to short the market, especially if you get these nasty bull runs, which, you know, I have a ton of long-term accounts. So for me, I'm still making money. It's great. But if you're trying to short it, you got to be super careful. And this is pretty much the platform, like, in a nutshell. Like, I have my other programs that you can see, like, on my videos that really shows everything really detailed. but I just want to give at least a little bit of live trading, and then I'll post this, and then on top of this, once the market opens, I'll record that if we can get some trades in, because that's what I think we're all here for, is to see the live trades. But I don't really trade pre-market unless something is moving, and I don't really see anything moving yet. So right now I just scan the markets and I look through to see where things are at, and then I make my levels, and then I go from there. And for me, that's how I've always traded, and I just wait for those levels, and if those levels don't come, I don't make a trade. And that's all it is, because you have to stay disciplined, because it's very difficult. It's very easy to just get caught in it and just start buying at any price. But as you can see, the market's not really moving yet, because we have earnings coming up. You have Netflix tomorrow. You have Tesla on Wednesday. There's definitely a lot of catalysts coming in. So I just want to show you the difference. Like, this is what I usually use. I like to use Webull. And Webull is just so much smoother. I mean, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing, and it's easier to use this to make charts. So I use this mainly when I'm trading to get like a good view on it, but then to see where the market's going, and then I switch to the level 2 on Fidelity Active Trader Pro, and then I start trading it. But it just looks a lot smoother. I can see the prices easier. As you can see, I'm zooming in on Tesla right now because we just used that as an example for the last 15 minutes. Now you can see where it's really going. You can zoom in with just the click of a button. It's just nice and smooth. So 212.19 is something we're watching at the open. I want to see if Tesla is going to break this level. If it breaks that level, we're not going long yet. We're going to wait and see where it can establish a support level, and then we'll take a long position. My hope is that in a perfect world, I can get an entry around 209. But I'm not afraid to go into 210 because we have some consolidation in this area. Let me zoom in so you can see. So we have it here. And this was the area where we started having some support, 209 to 210. And then it rejected, broke through, rejected, then broke through. And then here it is again, rejected here. These spots right here, rejected here. So now we'll see as it tried to hold above 210, and it looks like it's starting to pull back. It hit 215, pulling back now. So we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, of course. I mean, Tesla does its own thing, but that's what I'm looking for. So we'll see. We'll take a look. All right, so it's 9:30, as you can see on the bell. So we're looking for that bounce. As you can see, it's moving really quick. Look at us, 211 back up to 210. Let's try to zoom in a little bit just so we can get a better view here. And I always like, on the left side, I'll keep like the view. But look, that dropped to 11.2 and popped up so quick. I didn't even see that, to be honest. So we'll keep an eye on it. This is probably going to be a very quick trade. Let's see where we're at. So we're just going to monitor as we go. It looks like it's holding this level, which is good for Tesla to actually start holding something, because all it's done is sell off. But we'll see. We're starting to get some selling pressure here. Oh, look at that. Now it's coming down. Place an order got filled at 25. I'm just watching. There's at that 210 level. There's your pop. Let's see if this Tesla has any more news on it to bring it down. Oh, the gong was playing. So the gong is for when Google made that new high. So let's see what Tesla can do here, because we knew that this 210 would have a potential bounce here. It's got to reclaim 211 and then bounce back up, but we'll see what it does here. As you can see the P&L on the bottom of Tesla. Very clear. Hold on. I didn't realize. Right, give me a second. I don't know why it's not showing. So we're gonna sell there, which that was a bad trade, but we'll take it. Let me just switch this to today. It's definitely a bad trade, but we'll take it. Because we didn't wait for our target at 210 like we were saying. We bought at 211.25. We're going to look for another re-entry here. But Tesla seems to be holding up here. Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow. That was a bad trade turned good. Look at that. The thing just blasted up. So I guess in hindsight I should have held on there, right? I mean, I sold like 20 cents up and it went up 3 points. So I'm trying to see if Tesla has news, because I'm like not sure where this is coming from, to be honest. But I guess we'll take it. We didn't make really much money on this trade, but we made 26 bucks. But that would have been that was like a $300 trade right there. So we'll see. Let's see where it goes from here. I'll just watch it. And I think it's because QQQ is all-time highs again. So it's really just blasting up on the market right now, which is nice. So let's see if we can try to dip by here. Now that we're chasing here at 213 maybe. So what's cool about the limit orders is if I keep hitting it by order, I set it so that it'll switch to right here. You can see right here, 213.75. If I hit it, it'll go to that area. So it'll just be ready at that nearest level. So let's just watch it. Let's see where it goes. I'm looking at the rest of the market. You can see like Nvidia is at 602. So I like to preset the orders. It doesn't mean I'm buying, but I just like to have it there just to watch it. Because that was one strong candle that just blasted up. And, the RSI is super high. At 55 right now, which you can see right here. I didn't realize that's showing. So let's just see what happens here. Let's see where it goes. It's pulling back finally. It looks like it's holding that. Yeah, it bounced right off of that 212.80. But the VWAP is really what I'm looking at, which is 212.50. Let's see if it can hold VWAP. So as you can see, I have an order at 212.55. It looks like it's holding VWAP, which is very nice. And it's always important to kind of focus on what is SPY doing, the Dow Jones and the QQQ. As you can see, they're green. So that's really important. It shows the bullish momentum is there. So if you are going to go long today, you want the bullish momentum on your side. You don't want it to be a complete weekday and then the market's just selling off. So if Tesla cannot hold this VWAP, which is 212.55, this is going to be a problem for them. They're going to sell back down to like 211. And look how low that RSI was. It went to 18 and then blasted all the way back up, like those 3-4 points. So sometimes that RSI does come in handy and actually is very accurate, but it's not always. Could potentially see some pullback here. So let's see what it wants to do. I guess because I'm recording on the laptop that it's just not even showing what I've made. So it's looking a little weak here. I'm kind of afraid to buy at this VWAP bounce right here. I mean, nice pulling back, but I don't know if it's going to hold now. I'm going to take a stab at 05. But it looks like it already bounced from there. So now I'm going to cancel the order. You see how it bounced from there? Went from 12.2 back up to 213. That's where I was trying to get in. So that's the VWAP bounce, I guess. I mean, it was right there, but it literally went through it, as you can see. So like, there's your VWAP. Sellers couldn't push it down from 212.57 down to 12.2, and then pop right back up. So you can say we missed that scalp. So we cancel that one and move on to the next. Just wait. And it's all about just reading the price action. Because look, now it's right back to where it was. 12.6 again, trying to see if it can hold again. So we do have potential scalping opportunity on Microsoft, believe it or not. So we'll keep an eye on it. I love when you get this sell-off. You can see the clear bear flags. But then bear flag here. Let me show you. So then it goes... Let me just show you really quick. So this is your bear flag here. And if I have to cut it off, just because I'm going to make a trade on it. But you can see here, there's a clear bear flag. But what's different now is that this bear flag is not formed completely. We're looking for support right in here at this level at 396.6. So we'll see if it can get there. For a quick scalp entry. So let's see, we got this. Because this bear flag, it's already broken above where it would be. So even if you did it like this, let me just pay attention to this part now. So I think like this is going to show the consolidation here. Lowest maybe 396.6 and then start moving back up. Unless it's just one long bear flag channel. But let's move to Tesla because I'm seeing a potential options trade on this now. Look how overextended we are. What we're gonna do is, I know there's an inverse of it. I think it's TSLQ. I think it is. Let me just double check this. Hold on, TSLQ. There it is. So it's the bear of it. So what we'll do is we're going to change this one, TSLQ, and let's change that on link. So we'll make this one no link, and we'll make this one Tesla, so we can see both, because now we're going to short this. And we are going to buy 100 shares, TSLQ. This thing is moving so quick, look at this. So watching Tesla here, it's getting that nice micro pullback right up here. Let's see if we get a big pop back up, and then we will make an entry on this. And then let's see this TSLQ. Let's just link these. So we're making it a little easier so we know which ones we're actually buying here. So I'm linking them. I'm linking this graph, TSLQ. And TSLQ, so now you can see it here. And then what we're going to do is unlink this one and make this Tesla so I can see Tesla specifically. There it is. So Tesla's pulling back way too much. So I just got in a little late here. I should have got in already. But let's see. If we can get a retest at 216, then this will start to sell off a little bit, and then we can make our entry. Now this is going to be scalps. This is not going to be like quick, like, you know, long-term trades here. Let's see, sell, and then buy. So we're going to buy right there. We're going to buy 100 shares. Oh, what is this? It's not letting me buy it. Are you kidding me? Hold on. All right, let's switch this to the Roth. How many can I buy here? 5,000. All right, that's fine. We can still buy 166 shares. Tesla is 70 on the RSI. Definitely gonna make a stab at this. Trying to see if it'll go a little bit lower. So I forgot that in my Roth, I don't have it approved for these types of funds because these are more riskier funds. So we're going to place an order for 32 flat. Let's see if we get filled, because I think that's when Tesla will blast through 217. Let's see if we get filled on this. Oh, so we got filled 90 out of 100 so far. So as you can see, we have the 90 shares showing right here. Sold that. Cancel this order. So we go back in fresh. Let's buy again. So we'll leave it again at 32.01, another 100 shares. Let's sell. Oh, it just filled. So it looks like we filled. Let me see where we're at. 3201 it looks like. Let's let this marinate for a little bit. Jesus, come on. Alright, so let's take a look at this. It's finally selling off. Let's see if we can make some scalps here. Move this over here so you guys can see it. We're gonna try to scalp 213 whole here. Now, these are quick trades. These are not like holds. Now I'm really just trading off whole dollars here. So leave this order in. We have 213.1 in. Just waiting to get picked up. And we didn't get picked up on that. The low was 213.23. It's frustrating. So we're going to cancel this order, get ready to buy again. So if we can get in, we're going to get in here at 213. We're at 12.91 we're in. So we'll see a pop up here. I'm using another sell box. You might not be able to see just on the camera, but you can see on the bottom left is where the sell orders are. So we're in at 212.91. I'm gonna have to cut this loss. Let's see where it goes from here. We were very patient in this, in terms of we didn't want to buy at 217. And now we were clearly wrong with that support level at 213. But this makes more sense at 212. Because the consolidation here, bounce, consolidation, bounce here. So we'll see if that theory is correct. I mean, we could be wrong, who knows? I'm gonna buy 2 more. So up to 142 shares. If it breaks 212 and goes, we'll just cut the loss. Alright, so as you can see, we have the 2 entries on Tesla at 212.91. We pressed the limit order and it filled us 8 cents lower, which is kind of nice. That helped us out a little bit. And then we just added the remaining 2 shares at 212.15. So currently up here, you can see the P&L, we're down $130. So we'll let that sit for a little bit. So 213. I must be patient and just watch it as it goes. When I look at Weeble on the platform, oh, what the hell just happened there? This is why I like Weeble. As you can see, let's move it over more. It's like right there, you can see the sell-off. That's me losing my money. No, the reason I like it is it's very clear, it's very smooth, it's a lot easier to like read and just do the chart analysis on it while you're like, you know, trading. So for me, I just think this is a lot easier. And I'm hoping that we have a little consolidation here. Let's see here. Just trying to see if I can draw the rectangle so you can see. Here's a horizontal line. Right in like this area, around the 211. I wonder if we're gonna get some support around here. Because I mean, this is a nasty sell-off. I mean, look at this. But why is this happening? I kind of didn't realize that QQQ is selling off 424 down to 421. So that just downwards momentum is just going to push Tesla even further down. Even though it's still bullish. I mean, it's just bullish. It's in the momentum. But it definitely isn't going to help Tesla's case right here. If the QQQ, the NASDAQ, is going to continue to sell off here. So we'll see. So we'll just watch it, let it play out. What the hell is happening? There we go. incredible. Just retraced all the way back. Jesus.